This is my first show at Blackfish. I'm a new member as of January 2008, and this series is called Suspended Chambers. It is a series inspired, if you will, by my husband's heart attack and the life-threatening complications that happened after his heart attack. My husband had triple bypass surgery, and one of my ways of coping with it was to do a lot of reading in medical books, a lot of research on the internet, and to try to find out as much as I could about the surgery. So I did all that, and what I found so intriguing is the idea of what happens during bypass surgery and how the patient's heart is really suspended. And it's suspended in a rarefied ice, and the patient's body is kept nearly at a hypothermic level, and that whole idea of being suspended in time and space became of a great interest to me. These are the newer pieces I've just finished this year, and I'm experimenting and working with the idea of suspension, of real physical suspension. So I have these mixed media materials that are projecting off the surface, and this male figure, which is my husband, and he's physically suspended off the page. New pieces where I'm continuing to work with mixed media, but I am getting real physical suspension of both the figure and often the heart that starts to come off the page. I want them to hang. I want them to not be attached to the ground at all, because that was a lot of how it felt to me, to be on the opposite side of that surgery wall. And from what I've read about bypass surgery and what my husband has said about it, he also felt very suspended, and he felt as though his core was gone, and he actually felt as though he came back to life. Pieces that I did right after surgery, it was so quiet at our house without my husband there, and so there are images of our house, of the trees that are around our house. There's images of me, of him, and of course of those hearts. And what I'm trying to convey was that incredible silence that was there during those days right after his surgery. And then in these bigger pieces, I'm starting to include text. There's a female figure now that's becoming more dominant in the work, which of course is me. And the text is often from writing that I have done in the last few months. I've been starting in these pieces to, they're getting larger and using felt. I like the idea of felt because I like felt, what it feels like. And again, there's text in here, and this kind of hooded-like figure of my husband in the landscape. We took a big trip to the Southwest this spring, and so I've been watching that long, expansive, panoramic landscape go by the windows of the car for a whole month. So I'm including that kind of a landscape in these works, also using lots of Xerox, again, of things that I have written, and this image of the man and the woman and the heart that are very suspended in space. Lots of times I'll use a chair in the work to indicate that someone is waiting, someone has left, someone is about to arrive. It's that kind of waiting room kind of idea that was so prevalent during all of those weeks of his illness.
You're suspended here.
Yes, yes. Everyone's suspended in here. And I love to draw the heart. I have heart models in my studio. I get them from anatomywarehouse.com. And I love them, and I like going to to my husband's cardiologist because the whole place is filled with these heart models, and I want to steal every one of them, but I don't. And they're great. I've held the human heart in my hand. I have seen it in dissection in the anatomy lab at the college where I teach. And holding it in my hand was a remarkable experience. Only weighs 9 or 10 ounces, and it fits very comfortably into a human hand. It's about the size of a fist. That's all it is. Keeps us alive. These are very early drawings that I did. When I first was thinking about figures that were suspended, I wanted to. I wasn't quite sure how to do that. So I looked at the work of El Greco, whose work I really admire, those great angels and figures ascending, and Virgin ascending up into heaven, and I loved that. So I let these figures be inspired by all of that. And I also looked at those Icarus figures of Bruegel's, that were suspended and up in space, and I let those inspire these early drawings as I was working out my initial ideas about this.
Of George Lazarus'
yes.
Upside down figures.
Yes, exactly, upside down figures. Yeah. And there's text in these. Some of these are about hills, because I saw his time of surgery as being like a hill going up and down and up and down. And when you look at all those heart monitors, they look like landscape, they look like hills, you know, with the green neon lines going up and down and up and down. And so it seems to me that the landscape is really a part of this series also.
What that large piece in the back?
This is the last piece I finished before the show. It's my attempt at getting bigger, much more monumental kind of size. Playing with the scale, letting this hang off and be suspended and float off the surface.
There's felt or
there is
paper?
Felt, yeah, there's felt over here. It's paper underneath, there's photographs, there's some text, there's drawing, there's these same figures that are reoccurring. The chair is back in here, and I don't know what to say.
It's okay.
So, this again is an early drawing with that same text that's up here at the very top. I make it purposely really small, so you've got to get up tight and up close in order to read it. I was thinking about how the human body works, how the heart works, and I was thinking about faucets, so I went to the hardware store and bought a faucet, and I started adding faucets into these works on and with the chair and with the heart, and thinking about how it all interrelates, and it's like a pathway leading, you know, back to the heart. And I call the piece Workings, because it seems to me it's about the workings of the human body.